Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. The Tournament of Power had finished with the victory of the Universe 7, and in the same way all the universes had returned to normality. Nevertheless, Goku and Vegeta had won a training with the greatest priest Daishinkan-sama. That's right, both Saiyans in all this time had been training in the Kingdom of Everything, where Goku had been able to dominate the Ultra Instinct to the perfection, while the Saiyan Vegeta would be able to dominate the Ultra Ego to 56% of all his power. I'm amazed. Both have an amazing ability to adapt. They'll be incredible warriors. Thank you very much, Daishinkan-sama, but all this has been thanks to you. Otherwise, you would not have achieved all this power. That's right. We owe all our progress to you, Master. However, at that precise moment, a great roar would be felt throughout the palace of the King of Everything, and even an astonishing pressure would leave Daishinkan-sama surprised. This pressure, this power, this cannot be. A huge explosion had been created in that place. However, Daishinkan was able to react in time, being able to even protect Goku and Vegeta with a large barrier. At the time of dissipating all the smoke from the explosion, a being with Saiyan appearance would stand in front of all those present. Well, well, so now you have new disciples. That hurts, Master, but how ironic. Now I'll be the one to finish you off. But this is impossible. I saw the King of Everything eliminated you along with your entire universe. You're right, but I don't know why, but we have come back to life. And together with me, there are 4 more gods. Even though the most powerful god is missing, they won't be able to stop us. Goku, Vegeta, go away from here. Inform your god Beerus. You'll be the ones to finish with the legacy of the gods. At that moment, that Daishinkan would create a great purple portal so that they'd be able to reach quickly Beerus' planet Akumo. The Supreme Saiyan would give a loud scream, destroying the entire interdimensional space that Daishinkan had created. You don't understand me? Today will be the day of your death. At that moment, Akumo launched himself against Daishinkan, which, despite using all his power, was not enough for Akumo, the Super Saiyan. Both exchanged blows. However, Daishinkan's Goleps were not effective at all. That's right, Daishinkan's power was not enough to face that powerful warrior. In that moment, Akumo would dodge multiple blows from Daishinkan, and with a strong blow, he would make him crash all around. Understand, you don't have the power to face me. You're nothing more than a simple worm compared to me. Vegeta, we can't do anything in our current state. Not being able to finish this off without any effort at all. Damn insect. I'm gonna merge with you, but we have no choice. Goku and Vegeta at that moment began to perform the steps of the fusion, and an incredible power would be felt all over the place. At that moment, Akumo would begin to charge a great attack, which would even disintegrate some planets of the 12 universes. At the time of launching it, a powerful being would be able to disintegrate such a brutal attack, to which Akumo had been a little surprised, because not even a priest had the power to stop it. No! Goku, Vegeta, get out of here! That guy will kill you, and you're the hope of the 12 universes. Who the hell are you, cursed, since I don't feel any other ki near you? I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I'm the one in charge of finishing you. My name is Gogeta, the Beast Dominator. At that moment, Gogeta had disappeared and was able to connect a great blow, which would make Akumo go back hundreds of kilometers. However, Gogeta would not finish his attack there, because at that moment, at an amazing speed like lightning, he would start giving him millions of hits. He would begin to give him millions of blows all over his body. This time, Akumo was not able to do anything, since even Gogeta did not give him enough time to increase his battle level. At that moment, Gogeta would charge a powerful fire attack in the form of a dragon. Receive this, Infernal Mythical Dragon! The attack would collide directly with Akumo, which would leave him very badly wounded, because the condensed power was incredible. It seems you're nothing more than a simple worm. We've trained with the High Priest, and you don't have the power to defeat us. So, fusion. This'll be perfect. You've been able to cause me great damage despite using 14% of my full power. At that moment, Akumo would begin to increase his power a little more, leaving everyone surprised, because Akumo had only accessed the Super Saiyan, with which he released an amazing power. Gogeta in the same way would take his body to the limit, since he was only using the Ultra Instinct, which was the state that Goku dominated 100% at the moment with Gogeta, would use much more power, being able to dominate both doctrines, giving birth to the Mega Instinct. At that moment, both began with a great battle, but this time while both exchanged blows, Gogeta would communicate telepathically with Whis.
Whis, I hope you listen to me. This is a maximum alert. Apparently the 6 universes that were destroyed have returned to life. Now I find myself fighting with one of their gods since Daishinkan was completely defeated.
My father's been defeated. You're the fusion of Lord Goku and Vegeta. The power you release is incredible. But tell us, how can we be of help in this battle?
The only thing that you could help on this occasion would be for all the gods, angels, and mortals of the 12 universes to unite.
Okay, at this moment I'll communicate with each one of them. Gogeta at that moment would be sent to the ground with multiple wounds. That's right, the power of Akumo in Super Saiyan was abysmal. So much so that it had even surpassed the power of Gogeta's Mega Instinct.
Damn it, I'm the tamer of beasts, and you won't be the exception. I'll finish you, miserable insect.
Gogeta would again launch the attack, but the result would be the same, and so on for 34 consecutive times until he would be returned to Super Saiyan Blue. Simple insect, your power has diminished considerably. Now you won't be able to do anything against me.
I won't give up my life without a fight.
Gogeta at that moment would increase his power to its limit, and in the same way he would throw himself against Akumo, and with his maximum power he would hit him in the face. But great was his surprise when he realized how Akumo had not even moved from the same place. At that moment, Akumo, with a flurry of blows, and from using him as a punching bag, had left him on the ground very badly wounded. Now you're no longer a worthy opponent for me. Although you never really were. I only played with you.
Damn it. If Goku and Vegeta die, all 12 universes will be completely destroyed. I have to do something.
However, at that moment, both of Zeno-sama's guardians, at an astonishing speed, would begin to exchange blows with Akumo, who was not able to observe them clearly. When they arrived at flashing speed, at that moment, both guardians had given him excellent blows, sending him flying millions of kilometers.
Brother, let's use it. Dual Divine Attack.
In that instant, both guardians had concentrated an overwhelming power, so much so that the attack triggered had been crazy, creating a huge explosion all around.
Goku, Vegeta, this is your chance.
At that moment, Gogeta would return to observe them all.
I promise, this will not be in vain. I swear I'll avenge you and bring down that wretch.
Gogeta at that moment would enter the portal, which had been created by Daishinkan-sama. However, at that moment of entering, an even greater power interfered with Daishinkan-sama's dimensional change, taking Gogeta to another place. In that moment, he would arrive at the place of pure negative energy.
Where the hell am I? Is this not the planet of Mr. Beerus?
At that same instant, an incredible power would be felt all over the place. So much was his power that he would even make the fusion fall to the ground. And at that moment, with a snap of his fingers, he would make Goku and Vegeta return to normality. I am, at last, able to consider warrior son Goku. Your participation in the Tournament of Power has left me speechless. I have a proposal for you. Goku and Vegeta, without being able to move, would not be able to say anything. At that moment, the pressure of that subject would decrease considerably, allowing Goku and Vegeta to move with some difficulty. How do you know my name? And who are you? My name is Noah, and I'm the last god of the 6 rebel gods, and I'm also the most powerful god among the 18 universes, even being able to end the life of Zeno-sama with just one of my hands. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta were very surprised by what that being said.
If what you say is true, that means that you're our enemy.
You are wrong, Saiyan, because despite being the most powerful god of the 18 gods, my intention was never to end the lives of innocent people. I always ended with all the evil, but despite that, all my energy was involved with the negativity of the 18 universes. What are you getting at with all this? I don't understand. I was known as the god of death, and my wish is to merge with you, Son Goku, since I could see that in your heart there's goodness and justice. I would never accept to be the god of death. At that moment, both felt the power of Beerus and Whis, and without wasting time, Goku and Vegeta teleported, arriving to the atmosphere of planet Earth, observing how a being, in the simple way, was giving a beating to both deities. Damn it! Those bastards are looking for me to finish them off one way or another. When Goku and Vegeta tried to increase their power to the maximum, it was not possible due to the incredible power that they had before. Goku would then use quickly the Kaioken increased to 100 times, with which he was able to increase his power in an amazing way, sending that guy to fly. At that moment, Whis with his staff would achieve that both Saiyans would completely recover.
Since you were eliminated, all the universes evolved, so you're not the only one powerful beings. Ha ha ha! Don't make me laugh, Beerus. You know what the limit of our power. You are always cataloged as normal gods, unlike us. We are called supreme gods.
At that moment, the four warriors launched themselves against that god. However, despite having more numbers, they were not able to connect an effective blow. Vegeta would take distance, starting to create his most powerful attack.
Receive this, Super Vegeta attack!
At that moment, a powerful attack would vanish towards Sorat, with which only the power of his aura would make that power vanish without leaving any trace.
They have a great power, but after all, they're not capable of doing anything against us. They're not worthy yet.
Sorat at that moment would throw a great sphere of energy towards Beerus, however Whis would stand in front of that great attack. Mr. Beerus, you have been the best god of destruction. I hope you're able to see you again in the next world. In that moment, an incredible explosion had finished with the life of Whis. Beerus, without containing all his anger, threw himself against Sorat, beginning to exchange millions of blows, but Beerus was no match for that god, and after a few blows, Beerus would fall to the ground lifeless, leaving only both Saiyans, which were furious.
I'll not let you stay alive. You'll be exterminated by me, the great Vegeta.
At that moment, Vegeta in the same way had launched himself against that god, but Goku would not stay behind, and in the same would go to his aid. However, Sorat, a little bored, took the battle a little more seriously, and with a great attack, had pierced Goku and gave him millions of blows, which made him scream from all the pain he had felt. At that moment, Goku would fall to the ground on the verge of death. While observing how Vegeta was totally humiliated, meanwhile, in Goku's mind, Noah had appeared once again.
I have never been like my other teammates.
Let's merge, and then nothing and no one will be able to defeat us. We'll be able to save everything we love.
Damn it. It's okay, I agree to merge with you. I don't want that damn guy to get away with it. I swear I'll smash him to pieces.
Now don't get confused, Goku. When we fuse, it's true. You'll increase your power in a big way, but that won't be enough to defeat Sorat.
What do you mean I won't be able to defeat him? Weren't you considered the most powerful god among the 18 gods?
That's right, but being considered a danger of multiversal scale, all the other gods, angels, including the king of everything, sealed my power in the 4 poles: north, south, east, and west.
It's no use for us to merge.
Don't be silly. We only need to have the necessary power to be able to access the supreme power of the super god of death.
I understand. I accept to be the new god of death, since I will end the life of each one of those damned ones.
At that moment, an astonishing negative ki would come out of Goku's body, which was increasing its power to a mind-blowing form. So much so that it would attract the attention of Sorat, who was torturing Vegeta.
What's going on? Where did he release all that power from?
Goku at that moment would give a loud roar, destroying all the planets in Universe 7. That's right, Goku had finished the merger with Noah, becoming the new god of death. Goku and the God of Death, Noah, had merged completely, and the power that Son Goku's body released was amazing. However, it was not enough to end Sorat's life at this moment, but it was enough to rescue the good friend Vegeta and escape from the place. At that moment, Goku had finished increasing all of his power. Goku's silver eyes could be observed, but his look imposed respect.
You have increased your power in an amazing way, but that'll not be enough to face me, since after all, he is still a simple mortal.
Goku, without saying a single word, at an astonishing speed had launched himself against Sorat, who, despite having his guard up, was not able to dodge a great blow that the Saiyan had connected. Goku would observe Vegeta and stretch one of his hands, causing a golden light to enter his body, and in the same way, all of his sea of energy began to recover quickly. At that moment, Sorat, furious, would recover from the blow, and at a great speed, he would throw himself against Goku, who on this occasion was able to dodge most of his blows. However, Sorat would connect a great blow into the face of the Saiyan, which would make him fall to the ground very badly hurt, because even his body was not used to his new power.
We're not able to defeat him for now, so you better use all your power to knock him out or send him away so you'll be able to escape.
I understand. Thank you for your advice, Noah. Goku and Sorat at that moment began to exchange blows in an amazing way. However, at that precise moment, an even greater power would be able to be felt in the 18 universes. That's right, at that moment, the incredible power of Akumo would be felt, and likewise a power by his side. Both Guardians had been able to cause a little damage to Akumo. However, Akumo being a Supreme Saiyan, his battle experience was thousands of times greater than that of both Guardians. However, at that precise moment, both had merged with the King of Everything, Zeno-sama, forming the true King of Everything. That's right, Zeno-sama in his combat form was a prodigy, but millions of years ago, he decided to divide his great power in 3 portions. But at the moment of joining, his power was completed to 100%. At that moment, and a great light would be observed to Zeno-sama.
Akumo, this time I'll end your life with my fists. I'll not let you wreak havoc throughout the 18 universes again, and I'll end you and every rebel god. I want to see if you could do that. It'll be impossible for you to finish with each one of us, since our power has surpassed your power by dozens of times. I want you to prove that to me, since you have never faced my form of combat.
I never knew that the great Zeno-sama had a combat form.
The power you feel is incredible, but I'm not sure if it'll be able to end Akumo's life.
At that moment, both deities began to have an overwhelming battle, which would be felt by each one of the 18 universes, even surpassing Goku and Sorat, who were also fighting in the same way.
Well, I don't know who it is, but someone has been able to make Akumo use 40% of all his power. That's a beastly thing to do.
Is that only 40% of his full power? I can't believe it! Goku at that moment would notice how all his power began to diminish significantly, but as the battle went on, it would become much more noticeable. I don't have to think about the damage to my body. I have to be able to leave this place. At that moment, Goku would begin to release an astonishing power, leaving Sorat very surprised, since he did not know that the Saiyan had all that power left. Meanwhile, with Vegeta, he had recovered completely.
Kakarot's power is incredible, but his essence is pure evil. Apparently he has accepted to be the new God of Death. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Goku has continued to increase his power to the maximum. Even this time, Sorat was very surprised. At that moment, Goku would be able to activate the Kaioken increased to 5 times. And this was already a barbarity, because he still didn't control the power of Noah. At that moment, Goku, without letting him react, Sorat would not be able to do anything this time, but Goku was suffering all the secondary damages of the Kaioken, so each one of his bones were breaking and large amounts of blood were falling to the ground.
Goku, it's time you won't be able to master that power for 1 more minute. Then take this! Damn it! Dragon God, attack!
At that moment, a great attack of a dark color would come down, hitting Sorat quickly, and in the same way, thousands of rays began to tear every part of his body. Goku at that moment at an amazing speed would take Vegeta, and they would leave to another universe. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, the battle seemed even, but the words said by Sorat were true, because Akumo would increase his power to 50%, being able to dodge every blow that the King of Everything directed at him. At that moment, a shiver had run through his entire body of Daishinkan-sama.
This can't be happening. The power of that being is incredible. Even his power is so much as to being able to dodge the great Zeno-sama. This will be the end of us. At that moment, Zeno-sama had received a great blow, being sent flying to his palace. But the blow of that power was incredible, making him go a few more meters. Daishinkan at that moment would communicate telepathically with Goku. Mr. Goku, Mr. Vegeta, you're the hope of all these universes. I trust you. I taught you everything I know, and you only need to perfect it.
Goku and Vegeta had received the communication from their master.
Don't worry, Daishinkan. We'll be able to finish with every god that's returned to life, and in the same way, everything will return to normal with the Super Dragon Balls. I count on you, my disciples.
At that moment, Daishinkan, in the same way, with his last energies, had launched himself against that guy, who without any effort was able to end the life of those who were considered the most powerful beings of all the universes. Meanwhile, returning to Universe 7, Sora had been badly injured by such an incredible attack.
Cursed mortal, I swear I'll finish with your pathetic life. I'll leave no trace of you. You're nothing more than a simple worm in comparison to me.
However, at that moment, Akumo had summoned the other gods in the meeting to the place of Zeno-sama. At that moment, all 4 other supreme gods would attend.
My brothers, after millions of years we've come back to life, and now that I have ended the life of that wretched king of everything, from now on, this place will be called the planet of Akumo.
Understood, but from what I understand, a Saiyan named Son Goku is a potential danger.
Neen's right. The power that Saiyan possesses is incredible for his young age, so we'd better hunt him down to finish him off once and for all. Understood. Then that'll be it. I want you to look for that Saiyan and bring him to me. I'll personally take care of ending his life.
Meanwhile, in the age of the 12 universes, rumors among the gods and angels were spreading rapidly as they felt those gigantic powers. However, at that moment, the silhouette of the mighty god Akumo would be present in all the universes.
Gods and angels, from now on I'll be the new king of everything. The gods and angels who were on my side must present themselves in 3 hours here in my palace, while those who don't attend will be completely annihilated.
All the gods and angels did not know what to do, because if they refused, they would be annihilated quickly. However, at that moment, the god Vermouth, which was the most powerful god among the 12 gods, would organize an emergency meeting, invoking each of the gods. After 30 minutes, all the gods were gathered.
So this is an emergency meeting, because we don't know what'll happen to us in the future, so we must be prepared for any situation.
But they won't do any good, since the power of that god wasn't able to defeat Daishinkan-sama, and Zeno-sama won't be able to do anything against him.
No matter what happens, I'll not be part of this massacre, since that being only expels an incredible negative energy, implying that he has ended the lives of millions of living beings.
At that moment, a great dark energy would end the life of Liquor, who had been the first god to rebel. That's right, Akumo had so much power that he could release his negative energy whenever he wanted.
Does anyone else want to rebel? Otherwise, I'll leave now.
At that moment, all the other gods had been invaded by an incredible terror, because they knew that even if they unite among all the gods and angels, they didn't have the power to end the life of that being. Meanwhile, in a totally different place, Goku and Vegeta had arrived, and they were very badly injured. But even the most affected was Goku, since his whole body began to feel the wear of the Kaioken, even returning to his base state after some years, since Goku had taken his base state, the Ultra Intense, to better dominate the wear of the energy, but the Kaioken was an overload for his body.
Kakarot, rest and recover, I'll take care of this now.
Vegeta at that moment was watching all around where they were. Meanwhile, inside Goku, Noah in the same way was helping with the recovery of Goku's body, so that would be much more efficient and faster, and also having a better Zenkai. After a few days, Vegeta had explored the entire planet, realizing that they were the only inhabitants of that planet. At that time, Goku would also wake up and access the Ultra Instinct, but the power that he gave off this time was much greater. At that moment, Vegeta would quickly throw a large sphere of energy to the sky, forming an energy field so that they would not feel his powers, but his barrier was cracking with every second. At that moment, Goku would decrease his power a little more, being able to stabilize it completely. At that moment, Goku would enter his internal sea of energy, meeting with Noah.
Thank you for all the power you've offered me, but tell me, how will I be able to recover all your power and finish with all the gods?
Each pull of my power as a guardian
When you defeat them, the power of that pole will enter you since my essence and presence live in you. I understand. Now let's not waste any more time. It would be better to start right now. For the moment, it'll be better to train here, because if we mobilize, they'll be able to feel your power or even feel my essence inside you. Is that bad? Or weren't you partners? Of course we're partners, but we never had the same ideas and ideologies, because while they were enjoying destroying and killing living beings, I love life. And why do you have such a negative key? I don't understand. If in order to receive all this evil, I must be the only evil one, that I'll do it. I absorbed all the evil of the 18 universes, but thanks to this, I also have an amazing power.
Goku at that moment would be very surprised to know that this being, despite having an extremely evil power, his heart was still pure. Meanwhile, in all the 18 universes, each rebel god was in search of Son Goku, while the other gods of destruction were in a secret dimension of the Staff of his Angels.
Damn it! I never thought the day would come when we gods of destruction would be the ones hiding from other gods. This will not stay like this, because I plan to finish with those damned. They ended the life of my brother, and I plan to avenge him even if I die with them.
Returning to Goku and Vegeta, Goku at that moment had resolved each one of his doubts, and in the same way, he would observe Vegeta, who would understand quickly, that is, that both moment, the warriors would begin with a great training, to be able to recover all the power of Noah and to finish with each one of the rebel gods. Goku and Vegeta at that moment began to train much more arduously because they knew that all 12 universes were in their hands. After approximately 2 weeks, Goku and Vegeta at that time had increased their power in an incredible way. But the one that stood out the most was Goku, which had all the essence of the god of death, Noah. However, at that time, a gigantic power would be felt by the 12 universes, even had been so great as to reach the dimension where Goku and Vegeta were training.
I can't believe it! This power is from all the gods of destruction together with their angels!
Damn it! If they had raised their power in this way, it's because something catastrophic is happening.
At that moment, Goku and Vegeta, with their Saiyan impulse, tried to get out of the energy field. However, it was impossible for them. That's right, Noah, despite being inside Goku's body, had an amazing power to retain it completely.
I will not allow you to go to that place. Akumo's power is not a power you can face now. You lack power.
Don't let the others die with me. If that wretch was looking for us, we'll give him a battle.
Damn it, Goku, understand! You can't do anything to save them. You just have to become stronger so that their lives won't be sacrificed in vain.
Kakarot, even if it's hard to admit it, Noah's right. We don't have enough power to take out these bastards this time.
Damn it. I promise I'll avenge them, even if it's the last thing I do.
What we could do is to take advantage of the key that they'll be releasing to go to one of the 4 poles, since they know about my sealed power and they won't let me get back, in case they know that I'll come back to life anyway.
They don't know yet, since that guy named Akumo mentioned that the most powerful god had not come back to life.
Then this is perfect, since we have the perfect opportunity to attach ourselves to each of the seals of my power.
And so be it, and let's start right now!
At that moment, both warriors had diminished their power to the lowest they could, since it was already impossible for them to return to their base state because they had evolved to the ones that go beyond a supreme angel. Both were in their respective doctrines, and at a great speed, they had arrived to one of the 4 poles. At that moment, Goku would be in front of the entire empty universe.
With the knowledge I possess, I summon you 25% of my forbidden power! Hate, come to me!
At that moment, a great lock in the whole universe could be observed, by which Goku and Vegeta had entered. At the moment of doing it, a being would be observed them fixedly.
Well, so the owner of this power has decided to recover it. Let me tell you what, with it it'll be impossible, because if this power's released, I'll disappear. So I better finish with both of them.
At that guy had an overwhelming speed, would begin to slaughter both Saiyans, which despite having their power at rest mode, were not able to even beat a Supreme Angel, with only one of his hands. But before that guy, this was not enough. Both Saiyans had been sent to fly to a planet, falling very badly injured. At the time of recovery, both began to increase their power to the maximum. Meanwhile, in the center of the 12 universes, a great pentagram had been formed. That is, the union of all the gods, angels, and mortals had been executed. At that moment, a great roar would be created in each one of the universes, not allowing to have any of them observe anything around them. At that moment, Akumo, who was in this palace, would stand up.
Well, but this power is something big.
At that moment, Akumo's voice would echo through the heads of all his companions.
Whoever interferes in my battle, I'll finish them off. I want to fight alone against that warrior.
At that moment, the powerful Akumo and a dark energy would arrive in a matter of seconds in front of that guy, which gave off an incredible power.
I want to fight with you. I even plan to sacrifice myself to finish you, since you are their leader and the most powerful of all the rebel gods. Do you think you have the power to even make me bleed? We won't know until we check it out. So get ready, you damn insect.
At that moment, the fusion had launched itself against Akumo. However, the result had been the same as before. Just like Daishinkan, Zeno-sama, Goku, and Vegeta, their blows were not enough to bend the power of that guy, who in each exchange of blows completely mocked the power fusion. Meanwhile, returning to Goku and Vegeta, both were very badly wounded on the verge of death, because the power that warrior possessed was incredible.
Damn it, I'm not gonna die here, and much less to a being that has no conscience of its own. That's your mistake. I don't really have a conscience of my own. Because of that, I'm able to adapt to your attacks. Only I'm able as the blessing of supreme hatred. Blessing of supreme hatred? That's right. The more hatred a warrior releases, the more my power will grow in an incredible way. But that doesn't matter now, since I have the necessary power to finish you off.
At that moment, Goku, much more determined, would stand up and with a much colder look would stare at him, which at this moment, the blessing which was said to never feel fear, felt terror, then observing an aura similar to death over that Saiyan.
What the hell is this? Your power is about to disappear. What have you done? I'll prove to you that you're a blessing or whatever you are. I'll make you experience fear in the flesh, so I hope you're prepared.
That's right, at that moment, Goku's body had assimilated the power of Noah's power, having a much colder personality. At that moment, Goku's speed had increased at least 1,000 times more. This time, that warrior was receiving the beating of his life. That's right, he had never been humiliated in this way before, and in the same way, he'd begin to increase his power to the limit.
Damn worm, I'll not allow you to destroy the world of which I'm the owner.
At that moment, an incredible power would come out of the warrior's body, which was being charged with an amazing power. That's right, the power he was giving off was unreal. So much so that even Vegeta would be amazed.
What the hell is happening to Kakarot? How is he able to raise his power like that without exploding?
At that moment, both warriors began to exchange blows at an amazing speed, while Goku, with every second that passed, the battle became much more powerful. On the contrary of the Blessing of Hate, which, by using much more power than allowed, was receiving great damage. At the time of giving a last exchange of blows, Goku, of a great blow, would send him to the ground to crash.
It's time to finish you and recover what by law belongs to me.
Goku at that moment would increase his power much more, and with one great blow, he would make him disappear. Since that blow contained the essence of massacre, at that moment, all that incredible power would begin to enter Goku's body, which was inflating with so much energy. However, with the help of Noah, he was able to balance all that excess power.
Oh, this power is incredible. It's only 25% of the power that I'll get. I don't mind being evil at heart. If with that I'm able to protect my loved ones, I'll gladly do it.
At that same time, that dimension had disappeared, appearing again in the infinite space of the 12 universes. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta would notice how the power of the fusion of all the gods was diminishing rapidly. That is, the Divine Annihilator was not able to face the Supreme Saiyan God.
I had high expectations of you, but you turned out to be nothing more than a simple worm. The time has come to finish you off, and with this, I only need to finish off both Saiyans. You're a miserable monster. I'm sure that an extremely powerful being will be able to end your damn life. That's what I've been told by millions of beings, so don't worry, since so far all those beings are dead and haven't been able to fulfill their promise.
At the moment, Akumo would charge a great sphere of energy with which he would disintegrate every particle of the body of that fusion, leaving no trace, only a bath of blood alongside its bones. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta had observed absolutely everything.
We were not able to do anything, so it's not time to regret. It'll be better to get all the power of the God of Death and finish with each one of them.
Vegeta would be a little surprised because that was not the common personality of Goku. That's right, Goku, by absorbing 25% of Noah's power and having been hatred, his heart had been corrupted. However, he didn't lose his ideals.
Thanks to the fact I absorbed 25% of Noah's power, I'm able to know where the other seals are. I would be better to go with them out this time.
I don't think it's something coherent. Since we fought a few minutes ago, we need to recover our energies.
Vegeta, stay in this place. I won't be back in the blink of an eye.
No, damn insect. It's true your power grew in an amazing way, but even so, you're no match for those guys. It'd be better if we both attacked them.
Goku at that moment would turn his back to Vegeta, who by grabbing his shoulder would fly away in a kind of bullet across the universe, and would return to the dimension in which both were training. While Goku was heading at an amazing speed towards the second pole, at the time of arrival, Goku would stretch one of his hands, and in the same way, that seal would appear throughout the universe.
I summon you! 25% of my forbidden power! Ira, come to me!
At that moment, Goku again had reached the dimension very different from his own. This time, the place seemed to be the underworld itself. At that moment, a being of the same body form would appear in front of Goku, who, feeling that he had already had 25% of his body, would expel his power to the maximum.
I'll not let you keep 25% of my power. This belongs to me, and I'll not let you snatch it so easily.
You're an extension of my power, so you have to come back to me. I'm your master.
At that moment, Goku's pressure had grown 100 times more, but it had not been enough to bring the blessing of wrath to his knees. At that moment, both warriors began to exchange blows. However, as Goku's personality changed completely, he was not confident, and likewise, in each exchange of blows, if he had the opportunity to end the life of the enemy, he would do it. At that moment, both were able to take a little distance.
Infernal rage! Inframundo's reign!
At that moment, millions of energy arrows would begin to head towards Goku's body, which without any effort would be able to dodge each attack. At that moment, Goku would begin to charge a great attack, which at that time of launching it, Incredible Dragon would materialize. That's right, the attack of fire was directed towards the warrior and had been reduced to simple atoms. Likewise, all that power would begin to enter Goku's body, which this time if he felt extreme pain.
What's wrong? Why does my body hurt? It shouldn't be happening.
That happens because you're not used to 50% of all my power, and you'd better prepare yourself, because the remaining 50%, your guardians have incredible power.
Goku at that moment, before leaving that dimension, would begin to meditate, to be able to master all that power. Meanwhile, Vegeta had arrived at the planet and was very angry.
That miserable insect left me sealed in this place.
Meanwhile, Akumo was furious, since 4 months had passed and he still had no information from both Saiyans.
Damn it! I don't care where in the universes you search. I want you to find them and bring them to me.
But my lord, we've searched every one of the 18 universes and it seems that the Earth has swallowed them up.
I will not repeat this again. Next time you come to this place, it has to be with one of the two of us.
At this moment, the 4 rebel gods would leave again, while Akumo would release a great part of his power, not being able to control his anger completely, destroying some places of the 18 universes, including planets. Goku kept meditating to be able to control all of Noah's power. Weeks had passed quickly, in which all of Goku's internal energy had completely stabilized. Instantly, Goku would open his eyes, highlighting a silver color, and even a planet would explode because of the pressure that's been released.
It's time, Noah. I plan to take over the other 50% right now.
Even though those guardians are more powerful, I'm sure you can, since you have mastered 50% of my power to the maximum. So let's do it!
Goku had a great speed, was even able to cross the space-time, arriving directly with that warrior. It was no longer necessary to invoke the Divine Seal, which had left Noah very surprised. But Goku, without holding back in the least, at the moment of arriving, he would notice a being very similar to Gohan, but with a much greater power.
Gohan, what are you doing in this place?
Goku, in spite of being with the Ultra Instinct, was not able to dodge a great blow from Gohan, which sent him flying. Instantly, Goku would fall to the ground, vomiting large amounts of blood. Goku, don't hold back. That guy's not your son, but apparently the last curses are even capable of changing into the form of your loved ones.
I don't care about that. I'm going to finish him off.
By the time Goku rushed towards Gohan, he had stopped by the simple fact of hearing his voice.
Father, are you really going to finish me off? I'm your family.
Goku had stopped completely, being able to give Gohan the opportunity to throw a great attack, which he had charged in his fingertips, which had left Goku on the verge of death.
You're nothing but a fool. I only had to use your son's pathetic form to defeat you, and now I'll end your life and keep the power you have collected.
A great attack was being directed towards Goku, who had even returned to his base state by such a furtive attack. But at the moment, the silhouette of death would be represented in his aura, destroying the attack completely. I'm the owner of all that power, so you won't be able to end my life. Goku, wake up! We can't die here. Goku, very wounded, would stand up again, being able to access the Super Saiyan God, with which he would begin to regenerate each of his wounds. The curse, without holding back, threw himself against Goku so that he would not recover completely. But it was useless, since the powerful red aura was stopping him. Goku, hurry up! I won't be able to resist that much! Goku had been able to recover completely, accessing the Ultra Instinct, and with a flashing speed, he would grant a great blow to Gohan, which this time caused him an incredible damage, which made him see death closely.
Now I know who you really are, and I'm gonna finish you off without holding back.
Goku, without holding back, despite the fact that this guy had the appearance of his son, would begin to give him a beating, which had increased Goku's power in an overwhelming way.
Father, please stop! It's me, your beloved son! You're not my son. My son's died at the hand of those damn gods, but I'll avenge his death. Die! Dragon Divine!
A great dragon would pulverize the curse, which would enter the Sea of Energy of Goku, obtaining 75% of the power of the god of death, Noah. Goku, power's so great that we can get the last seal, and thus begin to hunt down all the rebel gods.
Thank you very much, Noah. And of course, we'll do it right now.
Goku, with his new power, had been able to take it to a new level, with which he would be powerful enough to jump through space-time, reaching the last curse without the need to invoke the Divine Seal. Goku, without mercy, would throw a great attack of divine arrows, which destroyed everything around him, even ending the life of the curse in the matter of seconds, which, despite having a great power, was not able to do anything against the power of Goku. At the time, Goku would increase his power to the maximum, which this time, his power had exceeded all its limits, being able to even access the Ultra Instinct Phase 3. Noah would be surprised by all the power that Son Goku was releasing. Son Goku, is that really you? The power that I feel flowing from you has completely changed, and the evil is much greater than what I possessed at the time.
Don't worry, Noah. I'm not sorry for mistrusting you the first time. Me being a noble-hearted warrior, my body runs through all this evil.
That means you'll be the only evil being to be able to wipe out all the other rebel gods.
That's right, Noah. I don't care if I have to be the villain. To wipe out all the other evil beings, I swear I'll protect this whole universe.
Goku at that moment would return to the planet of where Vegeta was at the same way. However, at the moment that Goku would arrive, Vegeta was not able to stand up, since at that moment would fall to the ground, and was not able to move due to the pressure that the body Goku was releasing. Goku at that moment would return to the Ultra Instinct, allowing Vegeta to be able to move, but it was still a little difficult. Kakarot, what the hell happened to you? How'd you release all that power? I'm not able to assimilate it. You have an amazing power.
All this power is especially to finish with every rebel god.
In that case, you'll have to control all that beastly power you possess, because I can see that your speed has slowed down enormously.
That's right, Vegeta. I have to adapt to all this power.
For that, I plan to train with you, since I'm the Prince of the Saiyans and I won't stay behind you. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Akumo was very upset since months had passed and no rebel god had given him information about both Saiyans.
I doubt that both Saiyans will increase their power that much, but something's not right. I feel that something very bad is about to happen.
But in Universe 2, with Goddess Nin, she was able to destroy the whole universe with the intention of making both Saiyans come out. She would throw a great sphere of energy with the intention of destroying all life in its path. But at the moment, hundreds of cuts were seen all over the space, and in the same way a dark aura would neutralize all the remaining explosion of the universe.
What happened? Who are you?
That should not interest you, but you have been able to attempt against my universe, and that is unforgivable. Today you'll know the other world.
Nin was about to say something. She would be sent to fly with a great blow, which she was not able to observe. That's right, the speed of that guy was incredible, so much that even exceeded it easily. However, the warrior wrapped in flames would begin to slaughter the powerful rebel goddess, which was capable of ending even the lives of the guardian angels. At the time would be sent to fly to a planet of Universe 2, which would explode when contacting it.
You emanate divine energy, so I deduce that you must be a goddess of destruction, although I have never seen you in my life.
I am a supreme goddess, and for this disrespect I swear I'll end your pathetic life.
The supreme goddess? This will be so much fun. I've been able to defeat even guardian angels. Defeating you will be my new trophy.
Nin at that moment would be filled with terror, knowing that the guy in front of her had the necessary power to defeat even guardian angels. But the goddess would increase all her power. However, that powerful warrior would throw a great sphere of energy enveloping the entire universe too.
Even if you increase your power to the maximum, your companions will not be able to feel your ki, unless your power is greater than mine and you're able to destroy my barrier.
I am alone enough to finish with a guy like you. I'm going to tear you to pieces, you damn worm.
Nin, with a great explosion, had launched into the attack, and both began to exchange blows at incredible speeds. However, Nin's arms were not able to withstand the blows that the warrior gave him, because in each exchange of blows he spit large amounts of blood. Meanwhile, with the training of both Saiyans, being on a planet sealed by the god of death, Noah, time passed in a very different way. And that place had already spent a few years in which Goku had been able to master his power completely. However, wished to have an even greater power to be able to even humiliate Akumo as he did at the time, remembering how he even humiliated the powerful Gogeta.
Vegeta, shall we bring Gogeta back? So that this time he can be the one to beat up Akumo.
Kakarot, you know I hate having to merge with you, but let's do it. I want Gogeta himself to be the one to humiliate him.
That means he'll merge, but let me help you with that. Noah, in that instant with his great power, would begin to make a great amount of negative energy flow in the body of both Saiyans. That's right, their bodies were being covered with an incredible dark power. With that power, no matter what kind of fusion it is, your time will be about 6 Earth days, so you'll be able to humiliate him enough.
I think this is excellent. We'll return the favor.
Of course we will, Kakarot, but before we do that, we have to be 100% sure we'll be able to defeat them. So now let's master our internal ki.
Vegeta is right. Mastering the internal ki will be of great help. Because of that, nothing and no one will be able to overcome their defense, since they'll have awakened their senses to 100%.
Alright, let's do it. This will be the last training before we end the lives of those wretches and bring all the peace that this multiverse deserves.
This is how both Saiyans began their training, which consisted in dominating all their internal energy. Meanwhile, in Universe 2, Korat had been able to finish with the powerful goddess Nin, not costing him so much because the power surpassed her by dozens of times. However, the power of this super warrior had no comparison with the power that Akumo possessed.
What the hell is going on in the upper echelons of the divine world? I don't like this at all.
After about a year, all the rebel gods were returned to Akumo's planet, but they all realized after Ki's Nin had disappeared, this would infuriate Akumo even more.
Damn it! Even though those bastards don't show their faces, they're able to kill one of us. This is unforgivable.
But, sir...
But nothing! They haven't been able to find two simple worms.
In that same instant, an extremely overwhelming power would be felt by all the rebel gods, who even felt their bodies heavy due to their incredible pressure that was released by all the universes. That's right, Goku and Vegeta had merged, appearing again Gogeta Mega Instinct, but this time, the power he possessed was far superior to the first time he fought with Akumo. Without the rebel gods noticing, Gogeta had reached the kingdom of everything.
Akumo, I've come all this way to finish you off.
Gogeta, in that moment, in a few waves, had moved to finish with the life of every rebel god that was in that place.
Now this is just between you and me. I'm Gogeta, the Beast Tamer.
Akumo, furious, would begin to increase his power to the maximum, making everything around him tremble, accessing the legendary Super Saiyan, launching both against each other. This time the power of both was equal, which would bother Akumo much more. However, at that moment, he would receive a few blows which made him fall to the ground, vomiting blood.
This can't be possible. I'm the best warrior of all the universes. Few simple Saiyans should be able to defeat me.
They are not alone. I was always with them. Today will be the day of your death, Akumo. You've been doing your own thing for a long time.
Akumo at that instant felt the terror he had never felt before. That's right, the most powerful god was in front of him, and he had the intention of ending his life. Gogeta, he would humiliate Akumo in the worst way possible, cutting off parts of his body, treating him like a simple punching bag, until he reached the point of boredom.
You're very powerful, but even if I didn't fuse, I was able to finish you off without much trouble.
Gogeta would instantly launch a great dragon attack, which would reduce Akumo to simple atoms, and would use destructive energy, making it impossible to reincarnate or come back to life.
I was able to end with the life of that wretch. Now I'm finally able to bring all my friends back.
Don't worry about that. I can do it. That's right, Noah at that moment would begin to separate from the body of Gogeta, being able to appear in front of them. And at that moment, large amounts of golden energy came out of the body of the same being to bring life to all the beings that were annihilated by the rebel gods.
What happened? But you're Noah, the so-called god of death. No, Zeno-sama. Thanks to him, everyone's returned.
Gogeta would explain everything that had happened, even telling how he was able to defeat Akumo. All the gods would bow to Gogeta, but instantly Goku and Vegeta would return to normal since the essence of Noah had separated, so Goku had been named as the new god of death, while Vegeta was the supreme guardian of all the universes. At the moment when both warriors were fighting a battle that could change the fate of Earth, this being who presented himself as Bahamut's henchman, this dark entity with a humanoid shape but a bird's head, was going to be surprised by the abilities of the Saiyan warriors. In the middle of the combat, of all the show of strength between both warriors and this dark being, Takami, with a confused face but confident that his strength was far superior to that of these earthly warriors, thought, "I'm amazed at the strength these earthly beings possess. I guess they deserve to know who'll kill them." Then at that moment he told them with a malevolent smile, he said, "I've been surprised by warriors. That's why they deserve to know my name. I'm Takami, sacred god of darkness, follower of the supreme god Bahamut." Goku, very surprised of what he's hearing, said, "More gods? This sounds very dangerous and it's exciting."
Bug, shut up! The life of this planet's at risk, and you get excited about a being that's very powerful.
The speed of the combat accelerated as Goku and Vegeta pounced on Takami. The energy in the air became dense, vibrating with the intensity of the impending confrontation. Takami, with his dark aura, stood his ground, disdainfully watching the approaching Saiyans.
Do you think you have a chance against the power of darkness?
Goku and Vegeta continued their advance, wasting no time in unnecessary words. In the blink of an eye, they were in front of Takami, unleashing a gale of blows. Takami, with surprising agility, dodged many of the attacks, but some managed to land, demonstrating the strength of the Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the power of a Saiyan! Come on, God of Darkness, show us what you can do!
Takami responded to the challenge, unleashing his own fury. His speed and combat skills were amazing, deflecting the blows of Goku and Vegeta with subtle movements. The battle turned into a whirlwind of punches, kicks, and ki blasts, lighting up the sky with flashes of light and darkness.
They're just insects in front of the power of eternal darkness!
Goku in his base state and Vegeta, with their pride as the Saiyan Prince, continued to put pressure on Takami. However, as the battle progressed, Takami began to reveal more of his true power. His dark aura intensified and his form subtly changed, revealing a transformation that increased his power exponentially.
This can't be good.
Goku, always excited for a challenge, added, "Vegeta, get ready! This is getting interesting." Takagami's increased power created an overwhelming pressure on the battlefield. His speed increased dramatically, and his strength eclipsed that of the Saiyans. However, Goku and Vegeta were not intimidated. With determination, they raised their own power of levels, taking the battle to new heights. The fighting continued with swift attacks and explosions shaking the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, now in more advanced forms, kept up the pace, challenging Takagami at every turn. However, despite his efforts, the sacred god of darkness proved to be a formidable adversary.
This is entertaining, but your resistance is useless. The darkness consumes everything.
Goku and Vegeta, without giving up, exchanged determined glances.
Vegeta, it's time to go further. Huh, of course, Kakarot.
As Chaos and Ten Shinhan rushed to warn the other Z warriors, the confrontation between Goku, Vegeta, and Takagami entered a new level of intensity. The struggle for the fate of the universe was in full swing. A cosmic battle was raging on planet Earth, where darkness and light collided in a frantic dance of energy. Goku and Vegeta, the brave Saiyans, were facing Takagami, the Falcon, sacred god of darkness. The intensity of the combat resonated in the universe, and every movement threatened to tear reality itself apart. Takagami, who had increased his power, floated in the air with an imposing presence and dark aura. His eyes glowed with malice as he watched the Saiyans, who stood firm, prepared to defend their fate of the planet. In response to their enemies' increased power, Goku and Vegeta channeled their ki to the maximum, raising their power to the Super Saiyan.
Vegeta, this guy's strong, but that only means that this fight will be even better. Huh, of course, Kakarot. This is our time to shine.
The planet Earth vibrated with the energy released by the three contenders. The distant stars seemed to pale before the magnitude of the conflict. The clouds were dissipated by such a demonstration of power. Takagami, with his increased speed, lunged at Goku with a darkness-laden punch. Goku, using his elasticity and quickness, dodged gracefully, leaving a trail of flashes around him by the speed at which Takagami was lashing out with his nigh-speed punches. Vegeta, with a burst of ki, stepped between Goku and Takagami, blocking an attack that would have been devastating his fellow Saiyan. The shockwave from the collision sent debris in all directions.
I expected nothing less from you, sacred god of darkness.
Takagami defiantly unleashed a series of dark blasts towards Goku and Vegeta. The Saiyans responded with perfect timing, countering each attack with precise strikes and energy waves. The scene looked like a combat symphony, where every movement was choreographed with divine precision. Goku, with a twinkle in his eye, concentrated his energy on his hands. A bluish sphere of energy began to form, growing in size and luminosity. Vegeta, observing the familiar technique, smiled as he recognized the power that Goku was summoning. A colossal energy wave fired by Goku shot through the sky like lightning, hitting Takagami squarely. However, the darkness was absorbing the energy, and the Falcon emerged unscathed, laughing disdainfully.
Is that all you have, Saiyan?
While Goku was recovering from the effort of his attack, Vegeta launched himself at Takagami with supersonic speed. His fist slammed into the Dark God, creating a shockwave that shook the air. However, Takagami responded with a burst of energy that sent Vegeta backwards.
Ah! Damn, this guy's stronger than I thought.
Goku, recovering, joined the battle again. Both Saiyans, aware that they were facing a formidable enemy, decided that it was time to take the fight to the next level.
Vegeta, how about we show what we can really do? Of course, Kakarot. Let's do it.
Goku and Vegeta began to accumulate energy around them. The atmosphere was charged with an intensity of their ki as they unleashed their advanced forms. Goku transformed into the Super Saiyan Blue, while Vegeta assumed his evolved form, the evolved Blue Super Saiyan. Are they taking each other seriously now? Goku and Vegeta, with their new forms, advanced towards Takagami with renewed determination. The speed and strength of the Saiyans were now incomparable. The impacts resounded like cosmic thunder, creating a symphony of destruction in the sky. The battle became even more intense. Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their movements, attacked Takami with an impressive combination of techniques and melee attacks. The Falcon, despite its power, was overwhelmed by the ferocity of the Saiyans. Final flash! The bursts of energy, one blue and one golden, converged into a titanic explosion that engulfed Takami. Light and darkness mixed in a burst of dazzling colors. However, when the explosion dissipated, Takami emerged once more, his form slightly battered, but his determination intact. His power is awesome, but I'm a god. The darkness cannot be defeated so easily. Goku and Vegeta, without giving up, continued the offensive. The speed of his combat reached levels that defied comprehension. Punches and kicks were exchanged in a split second, creating a glow of cosmic collisions. Big Bang attack! Kaioken 20 times! The energy exploded again, shaking the sky with its fury. However, Takami, with his divine resistance, withstood the attacks. The battle raged across the cosmos, with the warriors disappearing and reappearing in flashes of light and shadow. In the middle of the struggle, Goku and Vegeta began to feel an overwhelming pressure. Takagami's darkness seemed to expand, defying even the limits of the most powerful Saiyans. Reality itself was twisting under the influence of dark energy. This darkness is incredibly strong. We can't back down now, Kakarot. We must get over this. Both Saiyans raised their powers even more. The fight reached a new peak of intensity. The Saiyan was exploding like fireworks in the vastness of the night sky, lighting up the darkness with flashes of determination and defiance. Takagami, at the epicenter of the storm, smiled ominously. Now you'll see the true power of eternal darkness. The universe trembled as the battle reached its climax. The warriors were fighting for the fate of everything they knew, and the question that lingered in space was whether the light of the Saiyans could overcome the darkness of the sacred god. The planet Earth rumbled with the intensity of the cosmic battle. Goku and Vegeta, drenched in sweat, maintained their advanced forms as they prepared for Takagami's next assault. Darkness was emanating from his figure, but something seemed out of place. The Dark God's skin had a grayish hue, as if he had not yet completed the possession of its wearer. Takagami, with a guttural laugh, seemed to notice the perplexity in the Saiyans' expressions. Surprise, Saiyans! I've not yet revealed all my power. Goku and Vegeta exchanged puzzled looks. Something was not right, and both warriors felt it. At that moment, Takagami convulsed. A new form shook, as if he was fighting against something. An invisible force seemed to pull at him from within. No, I haven't taken complete control yet! Suddenly, a burst of dark energy enveloped Takagami, hiding him from view. The Saiyans were on guard, prepared for any surprise. Their energy in the air became denser, as if the cosmos itself was on the verge of transformation. What's going on? Before they could form any more questions, the dark energy dispersed, revealing Takagami's true form. However, what they saw took their breath away. At the moment of arriving at his true form, he let himself see the body he was possessing. This body was Yamcha's. Once the warriors saw that, Takagami completed his bird-headed humanoid form, and now the true form of the sacred god of destruction was clearly revealed. The Falcon's head was clearly shown, with a defined musculature but a thin body, wearing blue Egyptian clothes with gold bracelets and a gold necklace. Huge wings which disappeared and appeared at their whim. Now Takagami had something going for him. He was playing against the Saiyan warriors. Not only should he defeat them, but they should also avoid harming Yamcha. That's what Yamcha looks like! Takagami's rumbling laughter filled the space. Now completely in possession of Yamcha's body, the Dark God was displaying a malevolent smile. That's right, Saiyans. This weak body belongs to me now. Vegeta gritted his teeth furiously. Damn it! How dare you possess one of us? It's not just one Saiyan. Soon all of you will become Bahamut puppets. The reality of the situation hit Goku and Vegeta, but the force of the cosmic impact, the dark entity they were facing was not only a dark god, but also had the power of possessing earthling warriors. Yamcha, now inside the sacred god of darkness, did not have any sign of consciousness. The god had taken control of his being completely. Ha 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 ha!
There's no escape. Bahamut will be released, and this universe will fall into eternal darkness.
Goku and Vegeta shared a determined look. They knew the threat was even greater now. Not only were they fighting a dark god, they were also faced the possibility of losing their friends and allies in this fight.
Vegeta, we have to find a way to free Yamcha and stop Takami.
Of course, Kakarot. But first, we have to deal with this dark god. The battle continued, but now the situation was more desperate. Takami, with Yamcha's body, unleashed an unstoppable fury. The Saiyans struggled not only against eternal darkness, but also against the weight of facing one of their own companions. Explosions of energy lit up the sky, but the inner struggle of Goku and Vegeta was equally intense. Every blow, every burst of ki resonated with the promise of freeing Yamcha and saving the universe from the threat of Bahamut. But Takami wasn't going to give up so easily.
Do you think you could beat one of the World Eater's henchmen?
The dark energy intensified in the ultimate form of the sacred god of darkness. Now, the freedom to be able to use all his power launched relentless attacks. Goku and Vegeta, with their advanced forms, were fighting with all their might, but the darkness had a firm grip. The struggle dragged on. Every moment seemed like an eternity. Yamcha, although he was just a contender for Takami, at one point during the fight showed signs of pain on his face. It was as if his very essence was fighting against the darkness that was consuming her.
Yamcha, hold on! Let's get you out of this!
But Goku's words were lost in the storm. Takami, with a maniacal laugh, continued his assault. The Earth, witness of this cosmic conflict, trembled before the magnitude of the confrontation between light and darkness. Somewhere far away, Chaos and Ten Shinhan, after learning the other Z warriors about the threat, returned to the battlefield. Seeing the situation, Ten Shinhan's face filled with fury as Chaos clenched his fist determinedly.
Takami, I'll make sure you pay for this!
Both warriors joined the fight, but even with their abilities, facing a dark god who possessed one of his own would not be so easy. The battle turned into a desperate struggle to face Yamcha and stop Bahamut before he was released. During the chaos, Goku and Vegeta shared a look of determination. The darkness could be powerful, but the light of the Saiyans would shine even in the darkest moments. The battle for the fate of the universe was far from over, and Earth's heroes were ready to face any challenges that stood in their way. Taking a trip to the past, one day before the strange artifact was impregnated into Goku's chest, after rescuing his son Goten, Yamcha, oblivious to the imminent danger that was coming, was exploring an ancient Egyptian pyramid during an archaeological expedition. The atmosphere was charged with mystery and the promise of amazing discoveries. Deep inside the pyramid, Yamcha stumbled upon an ancient artifact that was glowing with a dim light. It was an Egyptian bracelet decorated with intricate hieroglyphs. Fascinated by her beauty and attracted by an inexplicable force, Yamcha could not resist and placed the bracelet on his wrist. The moment the bracelet touched his skin, a strange sensation enveloped Yamcha. It was not painful or threatening, but rather captivating. An ancestral connection was established between the earthly warrior and the Egyptian artifact. What Yamcha didn't know was that this artifact contained an ancient power linked to the age of gods and legends. As the light from the bracelet merged with Yamcha, an ancient presence awoke. It was the essence of an ancient god that was lying asleep inside the artifact. However, this being was neither malevolent nor benevolent. It was simply an ancestral force seeking to join a mortal existence, or at least that was what Yamcha felt at that moment. The god, by merging with Yamcha, granted him abilities and knowledge beyond his comprehension. Yamcha felt with a strength and connection to the story itself. The fusion, although puzzling at first, resulted in a unique symbiosis between the earthly warrior and the divine entity. Yamcha didn't know what the bracelet actually was. Returning to the battle, every moment became more challenging for Goku and Vegeta and the earthly warriors. Takami, now completely liberated, unleashed a destructive force that tested even the most powerful Saiyans. In an effort to turn the tide of the battle, Ten Shinhan and Chaos joined the fight. Both warriors, aware of the threat possessed by Takami, threw themselves into the fray bravely. His unique skills and determination added a new dynamic to the conflict, but even with his intervention, the darkness persisted.
Ten Shinhan, keep the pressure on. We cannot allow this darkness to take over our world.
Ten Shinhan nodded, concentrating his energy on coordinated attacks with Goku and Vegeta. Despite their combined efforts, Takagami remained a relentless adversary. As the battle reached its peak, Goku and Vegeta, exhausted but without losing their determination, shared a look of mutual understanding. They knew they needed an extra power to face Takagami at his finest. Instantly, an idea crossed their minds of the Saiyans fusion.
Vegeta, I know it's not something you prefer, but I think it's our only option. I don't like to admit it, Kakarot, but I agree with you. If we want to stop this monster, we need all the power we can get.
Both warriors assumed the necessary postures to perform the fusion dance. The energy of Goku and Vegeta intertwined in a brilliant flash, and within seconds, an entirely new warrior emerged. Gogeta in his base form, the supremely powerful fusion of the two Saiyans.
It seems the occasion requires it. Now, Takagami, get ready. So you think a ridiculous fusion will be able to stand up to my power?
Gogeta rushed towards Takagami with amazing speed. The matchup that followed was an unmatched display of skills. Gogeta dodged Takagami's attacks with grace, fighting back with overwhelming force. However, the darkness that enveloped the Dark God proved to be a formidable challenge. During the intense battle, Daishinkan and Chaos continued to bravely fight, but the price of a confrontation was already becoming apparent. Takagami, taking advantage of the distraction, launched a devastating attack that left Daishinkan and Chaos seriously injured. Goku and Vegeta, seeing their companions in danger, felt a surge of rage. Gogeta redoubled his efforts, attacking with renewed ferocity. However, Takagami, aware of the situation, diverted his attention to Daishinkan and Chaos.
Feeling the despair, Saiyans? Soon this world will witness its end.
Goku and Vegeta, full of rage and determination, increased their speed. They knew they needed to do something before Takagami carried out his threats. The battle reached its climax when Gogeta launched a massive attack on Takagami, seeking to break his resistance. However, the darkness surrounding Takagami intensified, revealing a surprise resistance. It was then that Daishinkan and Chaos, still on the ground, exchanged a determined look. They knew that whatever they had to do to give Gogeta a chance to defeat Takagami.
Goku, Vegeta, you need time. I'll take care of holding this monster. I'll come with you, Daishinkan. Together we'll be the barrier they need.
Goku and Vegeta, although reluctant to lose their friends, went at full speed to avoid what they had in mind.
Don't do it, Daishinkan, Chaos.
Daishinkan and Chaos stood up, ignoring the pain coursing through their bodies. With determination, they faced Takagami, resisting his attacks with all their might. Gogeta, seeing the situation, understood the magnitude of the sacrifice they were making.
We cannot disappoint this sacrifice. We have to win this.
While Daishinkan and Chaos bravely fought Takagami, Gogeta continued his assault with the intensity intact. The battle was taking place on two fronts, with the Earth Warriors sacrificing themselves to provide the necessary opening. Goku and Vegeta, as he approached, their hearts were filled with sorrow and gratitude towards Daishinkan and Chaos. Gogeta, with supersonic speed, approached the scene where Daishinkan and Chaos were bravely facing Takagami. His gaze reflected the mixture of determination and regret, knowing that the sacrifices of his teammates were the key to victory.
Hold on a little longer, guys. Let's put an end to this.
The Saiyan fusion advanced towards Takagami, who, upon seeing Gogeta's arrival, stopped attacking Daishinkan and Chaos to confront the fused warrior. The intensity of the battle reached a new level, with attacks and counterattacks echoing across the battlefield. Daishinkan, with his remaining strength, took advantage of that distraction to hold Takagami with all his strength, preventing him from moving freely. His face showed determination and resignation at the same time.
Chaos, this is your chance. Make every second I hold this monster worth it.
Chaos, next to Daishinkan, nodded weakly. His body showed the ravages of the battle, but his eyes were shining with all the will to do the duty.
Daishinkan is right, Gogeta. The light will always prevail over the darkness. Remember that. Goku, Vegeta, take care of our world. This is our last act.
At that moment, Chaos accumulated an immense amount of energy to sacrifice himself. Gogeta, who was very close, were hit by the shock wave of the explosion. Gogeta, recovering from the impact, looked at the place where his companions were with solemnly.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain. I promise.
After what happened, Gogeta raised his head and with an uncontrollable anger increased his ki in such a way that he made the battlefield rumble, making the stones that were in the place fly, making Takagami retreat only with the gusts of air that expanded from his being. In a panning from head to toe, we managed to see Gogeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue Phase 4, which showed the essence of Ozaru as a kind of aura in blue color, and a more controlled but much more powerful version, a transformation never seen, since they were not able to coordinate their powers to be able to reach said transformation. As Gogeta's energy transformed into a surprising and controlled version of Super Saiyan Blue Stage 4, a brilliant blue essence of Ozaru manifested around him, revealing unparalleled potency. The cosmic landscape trembled before the magnitude of this new form. Goku and Vegeta, witness of this unique transformation, were filled with amazement and determination. It was evident that Gogeta was reaching a level of power never seen before, fusing the essence of Super Saiyan Blue with Ozaru's formidable presence flawlessly. Gogeta, in his new form, turned an intense gaze towards Takami, whose expression of confidence was overshadowed by surprise. The battle, far from having come to an end, was just beginning in this new phase. The universe was waiting for the outcome of this epic confrontation, where light and darkness collided in a cosmic dance. The promise of a new dawn loomed on the horizon, but the price of triumph was uncertain.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.
Dragon.